Well, Philippines has made it clear it will take all possible measures to counter any attempt by China to impose an air defense zone or restrict freedom of flights over the South China Sea. That's what Philippines has said. Well, speaking to the media, Philippine Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro said China's aggression in the disputed water is now considered the greatest threat to the national security of the Philippines. Confrontation over the strategic waterway, which Beijing claims almost in its entirety, have spiked between Chinese and Philippine Coast Guard and Navy forces in the last 2 years.
The Philippines will take a combination of measures, singularly and with like-minded nations, to counteract these activities of China. Naturally, we cannot discuss the specific moves. But then again, that is a very serious transgression of international law, which will demand a response.
Recent brushes involving a Chinese military aircraft firing warning flares or flying dangerously close to drive away U.S., Australian and Philippine patrol aircraft have set off fresh alarms between Beijing and Philippines. Teodoro said defense officials have discussed the possibility of China imposing a so-called air defense identification zone or any exclusion zone to restrict foreign aircraft movement in what Beijing regards as its airspace over the South China Sea. The Philippine Defense Secretary said it's China's own behavior that prompts like-minded countries to come together and act against Beijing.
It is China's own behavior that is the best motive factor for like-minded countries to band together, because what it is doing is entirely unacceptable to a majority of the countries in the Indo-Pacific.
Last month, a Chinese Navy helicopter flew dangerously close within 3 meters of a Philippine patrol turboprop plane over the disputed Scarborough Shoal. China, referring to Scarborough Shoal by its Chinese name, said at that time that the plane had illegally entered the airspace of Huangyan Island without Beijing's permission. Australia had separately demonstrated earlier that month after accusing a Chinese fighter jet of firing flares that passed within 30 meters of an Australian surveillance jet. Now, China's foreign ministry responded by accusing the Australian military of purposely intruding into what it called Chinese airspace over the disputed Paracel Islands.